Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your reading about the Mercury in retrograde that is happening in Virgo. It has been in shadows since August 4th. It stations retrograde on the 23rd of September. August, sorry. It will station direct on the 15th of September, and it clears its shadow right around that 1010 gateway in October on the 18th. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the challenge and the opportunity for this retrograde for you. And then I'm also going to pull cards for, well, a card. We'll see what Spirit says. But Venus, retrograde periods are always about review, revise, rework, and especially when it's in Virgo, reorganization and all those things. And so that's what this is going to cover. But it also, a lot of times exes come back, and that isn't necessarily always the case, but this time it feels like it could be really the case. And so I want to pull a card to see what you can do to be in the best possible position to manifest the kind of relationship that you really want. I don't usually do love readings, but this is very interesting energy because we have Venus in retrograde and so that energy is always about reevaluating how we feel about things in the heart space. And then as Mars and Venus start moving through between now and the full moon eclipse that Venus rules in Taurus on October 28th, they move in this energy of choice and decision making. At the first, she's in fire and he's in air, so air feeds fire, and so there's this energy around what is it that I want in a relationship, what is of value to me, right? And then as they move forward, it's going to be about, okay, how can I really ground this energy to manifest? And he moves into Scorpio, and so water, Scorpio energy, it softens earth, a Virgo energy that Venus will be in, but also Earth will hold water. And so this energy of choice and decision making between these two cosmic lovers make an opportunity for us to reevaluate because of the Mercury in retrograde to start with, and also Venus being in retrograde, to reevaluate where it is that we are in our relationships and what can we do to change things. How can we change things for ourselves? Okay, so I actually pulled these in the wrong order, but that's okay because we're just going to switch it up. I was checking in with Spirit on that, and this is super interesting. Okay, so they look the same to me. I'm going to pull out the cards, and then we're going to discuss, but you have an overall energy card here that says Hidden Depths. You only see the surface to look beyond, and so this is an opportunity for you to dive a little deeper, to reevaluate from a new perspective, one where you get a little deeper into the situation to see what it is that you really want to manifest and bring forward. And so this is the general part, and then we'll take a look at what's going on with regards to how we can reconnect in a way that is beneficial. So if someone comes back, sometimes it's about just to say they're sorry, to heal and to release, and sometimes it's to reconnect and to move forward. But in any event, if you want a different relationship, the only thing that you can change is yourself, right? You can't change what anybody else is doing, and so it becomes important to recognize where it is that you would like to go. If this is, if you are enjoying these readings, please hit the thumbs up and support this channel. I truly appreciate it. And if you are interested in letting me know where it is that you live, at least the time zone, and what time you like to watch the videos, I'm trying to figure out how I can best serve the community by putting the videos out at a time that works for you. So your challenge is actually the Daughter of Wands, and we have the Fire Prince coming with it. So there's this energy around not having enough fun in your life right now, Aries. The Daughter of Wands really wants to encourage you to take the initiative, and so the challenge is to strike the match, to be willing to go. You've got Chiron in your sign that's in retrograde, and you have Venus in a fellow fire sign, and so some of this energy is slowing us down because we have a bunch of retrograde planets. And so the challenge is can you find the way to find the joy? You have the Fire Prince is optimism and aggression. And so sometimes the energy between trying to figure out how to be more optimistic about a situation without pushing too hard. And so that comes from having more fun. We have the Whale Spirit, which is trust the great mystery. And so I feel like this is a bit of an impatience, right? I feel like it's almost like you're all fired up and you want to get things moving. It feels like it's moving too slow and you're working really hard, like almost it feels like pushing too hard. But here with the Whale Spirit, they're saying to trust the timing of things. And astrologically speaking, things are really kind of slow. By the time we get to the middle of October, though, all the personal planets are moving forward. And so we'll be moving forward, even though things around us will seem to be not quite in alignment with our energy. So trust that. But look, you have the playful, beautiful dolphin spirit here, which encourages you to find your tribe, to join in with other people, to have some fun, to reach out and to communicate. So the opportunity is really interesting because it's about making the choice. It's about making the choice about which direction you want to move in and really bossing up into it too. So you have an opportunity here to really to create something that has a lot of abundance for you. But first, there's the decision to figure out what. So this is that reworking, that reorganizing, but reevaluating, looking at a situation and figuring out, okay, so these things are going on, and what has value and what no longer has value, what has potential and what has run its course. And there's something that has definitely run its course, and it's time to let it go. And you've been spending a lot of time thinking about it, trying to figure out how to complete this cycle, how to let this thing go, with the North Node in your sign encouraging you to move forward, and an eclipse coming up very shortly to help you to release and move things forward. This retrograde period is also encouraging you to do this, because here we have the Two of Wands, right? So the Two of Wands, this is the choice and the decision. What is it? So here we have the Daughter of Wands with just one, and that obstacle is, I think, choosing just one thing. Picking that one thing that you want to put your energy and effort into, that you want to feel optimistic about, and releasing and letting go of the thing that's really not working for you. Because we have with it this Ten of Swords. And look at this poor bull. He has just been stabbed through the eye. And so there is this thing that's been solid and steady, and you put a lot of effort in it, but it feels like, so words and mental thought, that's the swords, right? That's the swords energy. And so there's been a lot of words, a lot of energy gone into something, and I mean, it is overkill. And I feel like you know which direction you want to choose, right? And I think it's been kind of hard to because I feel like there's been time, a lot of time that has been invested in. When I see 10 swords like that, I mean, geez, that poor little bull has been skewered like crazy. That being said, here's the opportunity. Now just remember, you only see the surface, look beyond, right? So when you release something, you create, it's almost like when a fire burns through a field and it releases all this nitrogen. The nitrogen then feeds the seeds and the roots of the grass, and then it reemerges in more healthy way and more abundant and a lot more, abundance everywhere. So here's what you have coming up. Look, the opportunity is the buffalo. So when you let this one thing go, this steer go, there's another opportunity. There's a chance to really boss up and to manifest and create. And I think that you learned a lot of things along the way of this process here that is going to allow you, right? The Whale Spirit reminds you to trust the process. And so when we release something and we let it go, we take with it the lessons and the knowledge and the wisdom, and we can use that. So we're going to boss up and move into a whole new direction, right? And so the opportunity is here. And with the Two of Wands there, may be that you actually have two choices. And so choosing, discerning, and deciding, because look at this. We have a wand, the magic wand here, right? And it's called the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details. And so as you use this energy to reevaluate, to restructure, to reorganize, to release, We have a full moon coming up on the 30th, which would be a great opportunity to really release a lot of things with this Mercury in retrograde opposing that. And so as we release and let things go, this gives us an opportunity to really strike the match in the direction we want to go. And so discernment, clear vision, and details. There's this is what's, oh God, I just saw something. Look, so he has this magic wand here. And this says the scarab beetle, magic works through you. You have all the power. You have all the power to manifest and create what it is you're trying to bring in. And so it is just a matter of releasing, letting this thing go so that you can create this new, more robust opportunity for yourself, because you have the koi fish spirit. There is always enough. And not only that, I want to tell you there's more on the way. There's always enough, and there's more on the way. And so here's your opportunity to really boss things up, to manifest something, to create things, right? So the hidden depths. You are only seeing the surface, look beyond. There's some, get into the details. It is, the devil is in the details, but so is the solution. So is the inspiration. So is the way forward, right? And so you have all the power, though. You are the ringmaster, your discernment, your clear vision. The magic works through you, through your focused intention, through you deciding what it is that you want to do. That's how you bring these things forward. Now let's take a look at that Venus and Mars energy. And so again, I invite you, if you are enjoying this kind of content, to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when I upload videos. But also, if you would please let me know what time of day you generally watch videos. That would be incredibly helpful in me figuring this out. So what do you, Aries, need to work on? Because we can't ever fix anyone else. And when we do the work for ourselves, we then vibrate at a higher energetic level, a frequency. And our frequency is always what attracts other frequencies to us. You can always tell that you're the first one I do, right? I'm like adjusting the camera, looking for the book. All right, so let's see what we have here. You have chivalry and you have resolving conflict. And so to me, I feel like there's a couple of opportunities here, whether you're starting a relationship or you're currently in one and you want to level it up. So, oh, there it is. Okay, so chivalry. Look at this, coming in like the knight in shining armor, but I want you to notice the eagle. It's a higher perspective, and it's also that you're being led by spirit. You know, he's got a palomino there. I've never really paid attention to this. So this is horse wisdom. This is also, there's something so magical about that. The bouquet of roses, that's bringing the happiness, but that feels like a great gift. When I was a child, there was nothing more I wanted than a palomino. Okay, so drawing this card today, you are calling the energy of chivalry into your life. If you are a man, you are encouraged to consider the ways in which being chivalrous can enhance your life, to find more ways to demonstrate it. But beware, chivalry is not about going through the motions. It's about understanding the subtle interplay of masculine and feminine energies and tapping into the sublime source of nurture, warmth, support, and love that is available from the secure and supported feminine. If you are a woman, this card is asking you to look at ways you could allow more chivalry into your life, and encouraging you to look for the chivalrous qualities in the men around you. When a man does something chivalrous, gallant, or polite for you, thank him and let him know that you notice the chivalrous quality. A compliment such as this will surely motivate him to behave this way again in the future. And so it is about stepping up, right? And it's about recognizing and seeing it. Stephen Covey would say, catch someone doing something right. Maybe it was the 1 Minute Manager. I don't know who wrote that. I can't remember. Here we have resolving conflict. And resolving conflict, it says love, it says empathy, it says compassion, it says understanding, and she's pouring this energy into the heart of the masculine. Now, whether or not that's feminine energy and masculine energy, and it doesn't, we have both inside of us, and it doesn't matter how you identify. It is about, whereas usually we're receiving, it's about giving and giving into the heart space. So there's really a need to really give to one another in a very special way. So whether you are trying to improve the current relationship, or you're trying to draw and attract, these are things to be aware of as you're moving forward. So next time you find yourself in a disagreement with someone, don't run away, ignore it, or become aggressive. And we had that aggressive optimism, fire prince, right? Embrace the opportunity to understand them and yourself and the situation more clearly, right? To seek to understand rather than to be understood. The key to unlocking the grip of conflict and shifting the conversation to healing is asking, what do you really mean by that? With Mercury in retrograde, oof, what do you really mean by that? It's so easy to misunderstand. So discernment and clarity, right? Really bringing forward that, asking the questions, not because we're trying to trap somebody, not because we're trying to be vicious and overkill a situation, but because we really want to understand. And how can we help, right? What can I do to help you is sometimes the question. Like when someone's really upset and they come home and they're kicking the cat, basically, right? They're so upset, and it's like, wow, I can see you've had a tough day. What can I do to help? How can I support you? I mean, sometimes what they really need is to crack open a beer and sit down in front of the TV for half an hour. Or maybe they need to go for a walk by themselves. Or maybe they need a hot shower. You know, what do you need? Maybe they're just hangry. You know, what do they need, right? So, asking the question in a calm manner makes it clear that you genuinely want to know. When you ask, what do you really mean by that? Your supposed adversary will begin to understand that you do care and that resolution, healing, and mutual satisfaction are possible. I mean, and this is also really good when you're dealing with people in the public too, right? Like, boy, if you've ever done customer service, de-escalating that situation by a little empathy, a little compassion, and trying to understand where they come from, even if you can't do anything to help them, your ability to do that makes everybody walk away feeling pretty good about the exchange. So, all right, I hope you found that helpful. If you do, hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting this channel. I invite you over to Facebook. I really do much more about astrology over there. So if you're into astrology or you're astrology curious, that is a good place to go. We've been working with the energy of Venus. There's a link to a video on Venus in the Facebook group that you might find interesting. And you guys take really good care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you again soon.